Hello there. My name is Darren Henry. I will be your featured artist today. We'll be showing some of my artwork. Alright, so this one is not mine. This is from a rep, Mary Johnson. She works third shift. Good artist, a real good artist. She is the main person who actually got me back into art. So this is her work, real good shading and all that. But this is some of the stuff that I personally do. So I started drawing when I was a kid. First of all, I'm Jamaican. First love is rugby. If you never heard of rugby, it's where American football came from. So back in the days where you saw that Leatherman helmet that they used to wear back in the early days, those are actually rugby helmets. We actually don't wear those anymore, but played for 8 years, and this is actually my hobby. Just drawing when I'm in the mood, when I'm working, to try to keep my sanity together, but this is what I do. So, these are my little doodles. This was my first drawing that I did here since I've been in the state of Tennessee, especially Knoxville. Got some artwork, and it should speak for itself. Line of Judah, symbol for the Rastafarian movement. Just stuff that I like, and that's mainly what I kind of draw, the stuff that I like. And this here that is kind of faint is a weeping angel. Kind of was going through a depressed period at one point, so I kind of did a weeping angel. She's kind of holding her face, crying, kind of been through a little bit of struggles, still trying to keep a pure heart regardless. So where her wings are still there, where she still has her halo, but also where she's kind of getting out of that darkness. That's where you see the kind of, why I kind of highlight the dark parts on here, on her gown itself. So she's kind of stepping out of the dark, back into the light. So this was just my thing with the Weeping Angel. Obviously Iron Man, because I do like comics. Kind of where I actually started drawing. First drawing that I ever done was Superboy. Back in the day, this was the early 90s, and that was the main reason I actually got into art school, because I actually did art school part-time. I actually went to Ed Manley's School of Art in Kingston, Jamaica during the summers, mainly just to, my parents were just trying to get me out of the house, trying to get me into something that I love. So during the summers, I went to school to learn how to draw even better. So my first drawing was a full life-size Superboy. I didn't want to draw Superman, mainly because he was kind of a little bit out of my reach and I was still a kid. So Superboy didn't have all the powers as yet. He was kind of learning himself. So that's where I was at. So that was the first drawing that I ever did. And it came out pretty good. It was life-size. Didn't know how I pulled it off. I actually pasted paper off side paper to kind of get more of a longer sheet. So it was more one part. The body parts have the body part. So left arm, right arm, head, lower hip, legs. It was just piece by piece, and then I had to glue everything together. And it actually came out well. So that's how I actually got accepted into a university to study art. As a kid, I was about 12 when I started going to college for art. So didn't stick with it that long because I got into rugby and all that stuff, but it was good times. Good times. But yeah, so back to Iron Man. And this is one thing that I kind of hate about myself. I kind of don't finish everything that I start because I get bored real quick for some apparent reason. But Iron Man, this was when it came out. Well, the second one that came out saw a little drawing online, so I was like, let me get a hand at it. And then we have Gundam Zero, one of the best cartoons I've seen as far as like robots. Loved it. Love Hero. Love Gundam Wing Zero. Loved the, what was that cartoon? Gundam Fighter with the Royal Flush Gang and stuff like that. So Gundam Zero, as you can see, kind of started to do it back in pen, kind of left it high and dry. But that's one thing that I'm trying to break my habit of. But Gundam Zero is one of my little favorites. And then this took me a long time to actually remember what this was. Spawn. I actually saw this on YouTube a while back, and I was like, hey, I used to watch this as a kid, even the cartoon. So, got bored one day, decided to draw it. And as you can see from the previous page, a lot of shading got onto the other side. So that's one of the main reasons I only do one drawing on each page. That's why I don't do it kind of two-sided. And then I did this for a manager where I work, Venom. He's a big Marvel fan, so I kind of did this one for him. Mr. Carnage. Did Carnage, got that done shortly after. It took me a few days to actually get it done. Kind of did it with a little pen work afterwards. Just kind of highlighted, and that's one thing that I'm starting to do. I'm not like most artists. I kind of don't want to take away from the drawing itself with all the brightness of it. I kind of want to more show the detail of my work, so I kind of more highlight those little edges to try to kind of make it pop instead of actually just where it's just full red. Most comics that you see are this full color, while I kind of just give you a hint here, a hint there, and just leave it as it is. It's just kind of like a little abstract one. So this is Carnage, and I did this for my lovely lady. She is a big Sonic fan. This is one of her favorite games, cartoons, so I actually had to do it for her. And then one of the big threes in the manga world, Bleach. If you don't know what the big three are, I don't know where you're from, because the big three, if you did not know, I'll give you a quick rundown. It is Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach. Those are the big three. As of right now, the most popular manga out there since forever. It's been going on for like the last 45 years, I think it is. But good series. Kind of waiting for them to get caught up with the actual cartoon where the manga is actually at. And just kind of doing tattoo work. Did my name. And then one of my favorites, Line of Judo. And this is what I was talking about. I don't do mainly just full colors throughout anything that I'm doing. I kind of give you more of a hint of a color here, a hint of a color there, just because I think this speaks a little bit better. And especially with the shading, it kind of gives you that feel as if you can see how it moves. So like you can see that it kind of moves down, this kind of moves up, kind of make it feel like there's an actual face instead of just a flat surface. So this is how I kind of do art, especially when I color stuff. But this is one of my favorite pieces. I actually have this shirt. Someone at work actually said, hey, why don't you do this? I like the shirt, why don't you just draw it? I was like, sure. Took me 2 days to actually do. That took me 1 day to actually draw it, 1 day to actually color everything.
Yeah, that should be good. Alright. What's up? This is Will. Thank you for watching our channel.